Welcome to the channel, guys. First off, before I get into the review, AliExpress is doing a sale, anniversary sale, and it's going on till April 1st, and they have some really good deals. I'm talking like $30, $40 off some watches, so definitely check that out. I'm going to leave a link down in the description for this watch. If you use that link, if you buy anything off of AliExpress using that link, this channel will receive some kickback and you will not pay anything extra. So I'd really appreciate if you do that, guys. It'll help me to get more reviews out for you of these new watches. That AliExpress has always got new watches coming out, and maybe not even from AliExpress. It could be from anywhere. Any kickback that the channel gets will help me to buy more watches to review. So please do that. Also, please like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing a giveaway once I hit 100 subscribers. So fairly new channel. 100 is not a large amount, so hopefully I can hit that sooner rather than later. But I'll be doing a small giveaway. It's not going to be anything crazy, but it'll be a nice watch for a reasonable price that I can get out to one of you. So you have to be a subscriber in order to qualify for that, though. But let's get into the specs of this watch. This has got a 42 millimeter case diameter, 22 millimeter lug width, 14.5 millimeter thick, so pretty chunky. You got 50 millimeters lug to lug, so fairly large watch. Just keep that in mind if you got smaller wrists. It has a double domed sapphire crystal, very nice piece of sapphire on there. You can see some nice distortion, and you have all 3/16 stainless steel, and that's the case and the bracelet. You have a 90 click rotating bezel. You have solid links and end links on the bracelet. You have a milled clasp and 100 meters water resistance aided by a screw down crown. So specifications, as with pretty much all Paganis, are very good. Just loaded with specs, and yeah, that's what you get when you buy a Pagani, and you're not paying a crazy price. Now, I bought this for $105 on Amazon, but through AliExpress right now during the sale, you can get it cheaper, and I definitely recommend buying it through AliExpress, and I'll get into that a little bit later. So the dial, you have a nice waffle pattern on there. Sort of a waffle type pattern. It looks really good. Catches light really nicely, and I think it's a nice touch rather than just doing a plain matte black dial. So I like that. And just so you know, this is a homage to the the Tudor Black Bay / a little bit of Pelagos in there, but yeah, it's definitely paying homage. So it's got applied hour markers, and it's got lume on all the hands and indices. You have printed Pagani Design there with the Pagani Design logo, and then you got automatic, water resistance, and 10 bar / 100 meters, which is all printed. Also, you have a printed minute track, and then down at the bottom there, it says Japan movement. Moving on to the bezel, we have an aluminum bezel insert. We got a lume pip at the 12 o'clock, and this is a 90 click bezel. And I'm happy to say there's really no back play, very, very little, and everything lines up. So yeah, you can see very, very little back play. It's not really there at all. It's just kind of moving because you're moving it toward the next click. So very nice. The bracelet, like I said before, all stainless steel. You have 5 separate links. You have solid end links, of course, solid links, a milled clasp. You have these rivets here, which I don't think are real, but they look nice, and I don't think they're functioning. And then you have screw pins here, which is nice. So it makes it pretty easy to size the bracelet. Even if you don't have proper tools, you could probably just find a real small screwdriver and get it done. Also, on the bracelet here, we have a diver's extension, which is not necessary in my opinion. This watch is only rated for 100 meters water resistance, and with 100 meters water resistance, you're not going to be throwing this on a wetsuit. So I just think it's unnecessary. They have one on my Pagani Speedmaster Homage, which is a chronograph that you're definitely not going to be taking diving. So it's just, I think they're just using the same clasp on a lot of different watches and don't bother taking it off. But really, I don't think they need this diver's extension on any of their watches. So either just do away with it or at least make it milled. Or actually, like the 1661 model, which is the Submariner Homage. That one, it's got the Rolex Glide Lock style clasp. It's not actually a glide lock, but that has a much nicer extension on it. It's not like a diver's extension like that. I guess it is a diver's extension, but the way it's done is just much more quality. So I wish they had just done that on all the clasps. All right, next I'm going to move on to the problems with this watch. And first off, I'm going to go with the problems from Amazon. So I did not receive a box or papers for it. It didn't specify whether it was going to be the NH35 or the Miyota. It just said NH35/Miyota movement, and I didn't look at that carefully, so I assumed I was getting a NH35, but I ended up getting a Miyota. So the Miyota, it's not a bad movement, but it doesn't hack, so it's definitely not as good as the NH35, and that is definitely disappointing. Also, and my biggest gripe is this watch is clearly used. Check this out. Look at that. Just totally scratched up and beat up. I mean, you can see on the bottom of the bracelet here too. It's just absolutely destroyed. It's a real shame. Also, I don't know whether this is Amazon's fault or Pagani's fault, but this end link, as you can see, does not fit in there properly. There's a gap on top. On this side, it looks really nice. It's seated really well and no gap. This side, there's a gap. So I'm not sure if they're different size spring bars, if one of them's thicker than the other one or what, but definitely disappointing regardless. So I'm not really sure who's at fault there, because obviously it's a used watch. Someone could have taken the bracelet off and put in their own spring bars, or, because they lost one or something. So don't really know. But the problems from Pagani that I'm sure of are the crown threads first off. So very gritty crown threads. I'd really like to see them smooth this out and take a little more time to machine these properly, but it's hard to get it to catch at first, and then it's just really gritty. It just does not feel good. So that's one thing. The Miyota movement, I don't see why they're even using this. If you look on AliExpress's site, if you click that link and you're buying one from them, you're going to see there's 3 different options for movements. You can either do the NH35, the Epson YN55, which is an Orient movement, also very good, and it hacks and hand winds. And then they have the Miyota 8215. So I just don't see why they need the Miyota 8215. And the NH35 is more expensive than the other two. Honestly, I would go with the YN55. The fact that that's the same price as the Miyota and the YN55 is more accurate, it hacks, and that's pretty much all you need to know. I would 100% go with the YN55. So with this watch, with the YN55 on AliExpress right now with the sale, and they have extra coupons for discounts, you can get for around $96. I think that's a fantastic deal. Assuming that it doesn't have this gap on this side. Assuming it doesn't have that, and obviously coming from Pagani, you'd expect it not to be damaged. So, because the crown threads, I can look past that if I'm only paying $96 for this. So, what else? Also, I noticed, and I don't know if you can see, you might be able to see a little bit, but there's some dirt, it looks, or smudge on the hour hand. So, again, just poor quality control. It's just a shame to see that. It's such a nice looking watch. It's really well designed. Even though they stole the design, they executed the design well. So that's just a shame. Obviously, the end link fitment, the machining. It's not that easy to tell on camera, and also you got some scratches there because someone banged it up against something. But you can see kind of here, there's lines. You can sort of see the machining there, and it's just not as smooth as you'd like it to be. And we know that Pagani can do much smoother, much better quality machining because they have on plenty of other watches that they sell. But this one, I think it's really just mostly the sides here that they fell short, because the polished chamfered edge here looks really nice, and the top of the lugs look pretty nice too. So yeah, the sides, and really it's not that bad. It's only if you look real close at it, but definitely something worth mentioning. You got a signed crown here, which is always cool to see. As you can see, you got a red ring around the crown as well. And this comes on all of the models, except I think the all stainless steel model that has a stainless steel bezel. So also keep that in mind if you're looking to get a different color than this red and black, because it's not going to go with every colorway. I'm not sure why they put it on every single model. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I just wanted to share with you my thoughts on this. I do like the watch, and I would like to, I really wish it didn't have all the problems that I just mentioned, because I would keep this if it didn't. But, and also this clasp doesn't like to open very easily. Now it is, but I don't know. Doesn't seem like it's closing very well, and I don't know. Just doesn't seem like it's very well done. But just check it out on wrist. I have a roughly 7 1/4, 7.5 inch wrist, and fits pretty well. Again, a little chunky, but not bad. I kind of like watches like this. I have a Spinnaker that's pretty chunky, and I really enjoy that one, so I don't mind it. But yeah, if you have real small wrists, I'd say 6.5 and below. This might be a little too big for you, so something to keep in mind. But anyway, that's pretty much going to wrap it up, guys. I will be returning this to Amazon, obviously, but I recommend, if you do want one of these, to click that link for AliExpress. Like I said, it'll help the channel, and you can get some good deals on AliExpress, so check it out. So that deal is going on till April 1st. I don't think I mentioned that. Maybe I did. But yeah, definitely check that out. A lot of great watches on there. And please like and subscribe, guys. Going to be doing that giveaway once I hit 100 subscribers. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.